Are you ready for a paradigm shift? How do you know if you're ready for a paradigm shift? Well, you know because you feel ready for something new. You feel ready for something to change, and you can't figure out, or trying to figure out, or think into, or feel into what that is. You're just observing everything that's going on in your world at the minute, and you're questioning in it. You start to question things on a really deep level. You start to question the conversations that you're having. You start to question the situations that you're coming into. You start to question the energy that you feel. You start to question everything that's coming up within the visual, experiential world of your reality. And well, my friends, I can tell you that that's a really, really good sign. As soon as this starts to come up for you, these are massive telltale signs that you are ready for a paradigm shift. The prevailing paradigm that we have at the minute on planet Earth has been very much constructed over the last few thousand years. And that is the survival paradigm. The survival paradigm of take, push, 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 push. The predominant emotion of fear, pride, anger. The lower vibrational aspect of desire, which involves cravingness and clinging and not trusting. The high vibration of desire is a heart desire, which is all-inclusive, all-prevailing, harmonious, love, joy, harmony, peace. Two totally different paradigms. And this has been very much, like I say, constructed over the last few thousand years. And we've gone through a massive turning point. Coming up to the year 2000, consciousness within the human realm went through a massive turning point and transition. Referencing David Hawkins' work, Power versus Force, one of his biggest discoveries was consciousness made a massive turning point from unintegrity to integrity, from falsehood to truth, from fear, anger, pride to love, acceptance, joy, harmony, neutrality. And it's a gradient process, and it was never going to happen all at once, that we're all of a sudden in the paradigm of love, that we're all there. We're just all of a sudden there. Because as individuals and as a collective, we have to process through certain things that are unconscious to us. So when we make the call to go into a new paradigm, and we make this call, and we make this declaration that I'm ready for this new paradigm. I'm ready for my life to be more prevailing in love, peace, and joy and harmony. Obviously, we can't just turn our back on the old paradigm, because that's still there, my friends. that's still there, and it's cool. And it's a lot of it's unconscious and buried down in the depth of the unconscious and the subconscious, old collective subconscious patternings and behaviors, that when we make a declaration to go into the new spiritual paradigm, a new way of being, a new way of thinking, behaving, and experiencing to such a profound degree, what you'll find is that things become a little bit more churned up, that you'll actually experience more fear, there'll be more anger, there'll be more pride. All of this will come up more so, especially if you feel this readiness to take this step and make that declaration. That comes with an element of responsibility of what's to come with that. And so much comes up from the unconscious that needs to be resolved and healed. And the old paradigm will be reflected into the simulation and experience of your life, whether that's with how you feel physically, energetically, emotionally. That will also be revealed to you. These old paradigm states will be revealed to you in situations and circumstances. It will be revealed very profoundly with your fellow brothers and sisters, within family dynamics, to such a deep degree. I've experienced this very deeply within my family dynamic of viewing this, everything, these old patterns coming up within myself and seeing it all play out within my family and all that kind of, that dynamic, shall we say. The people that you work with, your friends, probably more so with the people that you would class as your spiritual brothers and sisters. One thing you'll find is that you'll want to be around people of like-minded spiritual nature, and what you'll find is they will carry the biggest shadow for you to learn from. It'll bring up so much within you. That'll be the time of really powerful shadow work. And then you can expect forms of disruption as well with your location, your job, your bank balance. Whilst you're moving into the predominance of the spiritual paradigm, love, joy, happiness, acceptance, neutrality, courage. And you can feel those differences. You can feel those differences of how these different states of prevailing levels of consciousness, states of level of emotion, will all intertwine with how we experience the objective world. And the objective world is stimulated and manifested from what is created subjectively within us. This is when we start to experientially determine and almost prove to a certain degree quantum mechanics and those powerful parts of science which have gone to the kind of the borderland, shall we say, of how this reality works with the power of the observer and the objective observer, and what comes from that with the creation of the world that we see. All comes from within, and all is stimulated and comes from that prevailing level of emotion, which you could break down into those two paradigms of the survival paradigm and the spiritual paradigm. So, my friends, if you're feeling like you're resonating with any of this, good. I can't tell you how happy I am. And no matter what you're experiencing at the minute, if you are experiencing any of this, like anything inharmonious going on within your life, that's kind of like making you a little bit stand back a little bit, thinking, what's going on here? Trying to work it out. Well, one, we can step away from trying to work it out. And we can then come into a real state of gratitude and thanks that when we have this knowingness of that we are making this transition into a spiritual paradigm, and we give thanks that we have this calling, that we're being called into this. It feels and appears to be quite a rare thing for people to be going through. So be proud and be happy and be grateful, and gratitude and rejoice and celebration of really powerful energies to be capitalizing on through this time, because you need something to help guide you through the turbulence that you may be experiencing at the minute. And this is where you'll definitely develop really profound levels of faith and trust into the unseen of what's happening. And that unseen, my beautiful humans, is the love of God that is backing all of us. That's this like backdrop of silence and love, which is always there protecting us and holding us through our own darkness that we've all selected, and we're working our way through to greater degrees of love and light at the end of it as we transition into the spiritual paradigm. So be joyful, be grateful, be so grateful for what you are processing through at the minute. Under the surface of all this, the discovery of this is a very profound gift. And I'm sending you so much love. I'm feeling chills, feeling goosebumps for this fantastic, profound opportunity that we all have on planet Earth right now.